Hey y'all, if you're waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you are not able to go back to sleep and you just wide awake and you trying your best to go back to sleep, but you just can't, honey, stay on this video right here because I got something for you. Okay? That's what we're going to talk about today, right? I am going to share my personal experience with my sleep struggles with you, but I'm also going to share a secret on what I stumbled across that's been helping me. Okay? All right. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, first thing, let me give y'all some backstory. Okay? The first thing is that I have been dealing with sleep struggle for many years. Not sure to be exact how many because I just don't remember when. I can't pinpoint exactly when the sleep struggle started. Okay. But it wasn't until the last few years or so that I realized that this is a part of perimenopause and menopause. Okay. I had no clue that these two were interconnected. None whatsoever. Okay. I just was like, I'm waking up and I just can't go back to sleep. I'm just struggling in the sleep area, right? That's what I thought. I didn't think that perimenopause and menopause was a contributing factor, but it is, okay? So, that's the first thing. The second thing is, let me share a story. And the reason why I want to share this story is because before I get into the story, when we're not, and I got my handy dandy water with me. When we are not getting a proper sleep, especially going through perimenopause and menopause, and our hormones are all out of whack, it will affect our everything. It'll affect everything. If you are not going to sleep, or either you're having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, the next day, some kind of way in that next day, it's going to be affected. Whether it be your mood, whether it be your energy, whether it be whatever, it's going to affect you in some sort of way. And I was aware of this. I noticed for me when I wasn't getting the sleep that I needed, I'm so exhausted the next day. I'm tired. I don't have any energy. I'm fatigued. I didn't really think about it having an effect on my mood until now. It's story time. Let me tell you about this story, and I'm almost embarrassed to tell you all. So let me give you a little bit of a backdrop of this story. So our trash people that come and pick up the trash can, they come once a week. Okay, they come to our house once a week to pick up the trash can. With that being said, in my home, my son is off to college now, but when my son was home, when he was in high school and stuff, him and my husband, they would go through the house on Tuesday night, the night before the trash people come, and they would gather all the trash in the house, right? Me, I would be the one to clean out the refrigerator, to get all the leftover stuff that we not eating or whatever, clean out the refrigerator the night before the trash is taken out. Now, every blue moon, my husband might do it. It depends. And most of the time, if he did it, it's because maybe I either forgot or maybe I was asleep or something like that, because my husband kind of have some crazy hours with work, and sometimes he get home late. And so, but he's gonna make sure, between him and my son, they're gonna make sure that trash is taken out. Now, my son never dealt with he never fooled with the refrigerator part. That was mostly me, and like I said, sometimes my husband, cleaning out the refrigerator or whatever. So the problem was that when my husband would do it, which is very rare, he always throwing away something I want him to throw away. Like, you threw away my leftovers, such and such. Like, I was gonna eat that, right? And he did it a couple times. And so I'm like, okay, look, I'll deal with the refrigerator. You don't deal with the refrigerator. I'll deal with the refrigerator, okay? I'll deal, because I don't want you throwing away my stuff. Because yes, I'm cleaning out the leftovers, but if it's something that's left over that I plan on eating, I'm not gonna throw it out, okay? So anyway, fast forward to this one particular night where Um, I went to bed early because I was exhausted. I was tired. Again, a week full of not getting the proper sleep caught up to me, and I got into bed. I went and got into bed. I really didn't think about that I needed to clean out the refrigerator. And now prior to that, me and him had a conversation, because I told y'all that has happened a couple times. I had told him that's off limits for him. Like, you don't clean that refrigerator out. I will do it. Okay. I made that clear, very clear to him, like, because I don't want you throwing away my stuff. Okay. Made that very clear, and he was cool. Okay. Boom. No problem. But this particular night, I was asleep. And I was in a deep sleep. Okay. Now I know y'all ladies can tell when you are in a deep sleep, because you are exhausted. So you don't have no choice but to, like, that whole week worth of not getting no sleep has fell on you. So now you are asleep and you in a deep sleep. Okay. That's the kind of sleep I was in. Okay. So when my husband came home from work or whatever, he came in there and he was like, babe, he let me know he was home, babe. And he kind of scared me. So I opened my eyes, I jumped up, and he was like, yeah, you didn't clean the refrigerator out. He was like, can you go in there and clean the refrigerator out? Because I'm getting the trash through the house or whatever. And so he went ahead and left out the room. And I'm sitting there trying to gather my thoughts, because number one, I was in a deep sleep. I just told y'all I was in a deep sleep. Then number two, I told y'all he kind of startled me a little bit. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm trying to gather my thoughts, and I'm like, I know good and time and well, he did not wake me up to clean this refrigerator out. I just know that this ain't why he woke me up. I am exhausted. I have not gotten no sleep this week. And the one time I'm getting some sleep and he come in here and wake me up to clean the refrigerator out. Okay. So now I'm right. I'm feeling the ways. So I go and I clean the refrigerator out. Okay. Clean the refrigerator out. But after I clean that refrigerator out, he gets all the trash, take it out, come back in the house. Honey, he come back in the house. Honey, now I'm wide awake. Wide awake, teed off. Can't get right back to sleep no more because I'm teed off. And I tell him, and I'm like, why would you come in here and wake me up? Why would you clean that? Like, you could have did that. You know you could have did that, right? He's like, what? I was like, you didn't have to wake me up to clean. Like, I have not gotten no, like, I kind of went off. And when I say I went off, I went off. He was like, first and foremost, you told me the refrigerator is off limits. You said, your words was, don't touch nothing because I'm always throwing away your stuff. That's what you told me. You said that you always throwing away my stuff. The refrigerator is off limits. So my mindset is, I don't want to throw nothing away that she don't want me to throw away. So let me let her know that she can clean out the refrigerator. Y'all, I ain't care. I don't give a flying flip what I told you. You saw me sleep, and you know sleep don't come easy for me. Like, it don't come easy for me. And I'm just yeah. So then he was like, is something wrong with you? Like, what? Like, you are like, what is wrong with you? Why are you acting like this? Like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, what you mean? You know, blah, 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 blah. And so went on about our business. Now I'm laying there wide awake in the bed. I'm just laying there in the bed. Can't get back to sleep. I'm still teed off. I was teed off, y'all. I was teed off. I was up for a long time too. Eventually, I do fall asleep, and the next day come. And next day comes, and now I'm just like, okay, I showed off last night. Now I'm feeling convicted by the Holy Spirit, because I showed off. Now I was yapping that mouth. Y'all. I was teed off. So anyway, he brought it up. And by this time, I'm already feeling convicted. I'm like, okay, Lord, I hear you. I really did. I went overboard. I don't care if he woke me up or not. I should not have went overboard like that. Like, I felt like I was enraged at night. Like, I had not gotten mad like that in a long time. And so and he said that too. He was like, what in the world? So anyway, when he brought it up and everything the next day, he was like, you really went off. You really flipped last night about the refrigerator. He was like, and I understand your point of view. He was like, but I promise you, I was just going off what you told me. He was like, but you really flipped the script. He was like, I ain't seen you act like that. And he was like, are you okay? He was like, are you okay? He was like, seriously, are you okay? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm okay. And then I said, well, look, I want to apologize. And I apologized, told him I shouldn't have acted like that. I said, I'm sincerely sorry. Like, I was, and then he was like, well, I'm sorry for waking you up too. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I was just going off what you were saying. He was like, but I did not mean no harm. And, so we apologized to each other and everything or whatever. But it got me to thinking about my mood and how I just was in that mood, and it, like, I felt I had not gotten that mad in a very long time. And that to resurface just like brought some things to my attention about my mood swings during that time. I really started paying attention to my mood swings after that. And even after that, I had a few more times where I wasn't as bad as that night, but I still was like, and my husband was saying something. My kids was like, Mom, it's not that serious. Mom, why are you acting like that? It's not that serious. You're making a big deal. My kids were just telling me, and I'm like, okay, something ain't right. And eventually I ended up going to my doctor, not for that, but I had a doctor's appointment, and I ended up bringing it up. And that's when she told me about, not getting enough sleep and my hormones, and the perimenopause and menopause mood swings is a major factor. And especially if you're not getting the proper sleep, perimenopause and menopause plays a major factor in that. And I was like, whoa, okay. I was like, so now we need to do something about this, okay? Because this is not working in my mood. So eventually, to be honest with you, that's what actually led me to getting on the HRT, hormonal replacement therapy. That's what led me to getting onto the hormonal replacement therapy, estradiol patch, okay? And I talk about that a lot in other videos, but that ended up helping me a whole lot, and especially in the sleep department. Especially, it helped me with my hot flashes, it helped me with my mood swings, it helped me sleep all night. That was a game changer for me. That was a major game changer for me. It helped tone me down a whole lot. And so I was very happy and pleased with that. But eventually along the line, later on down the line, I got some other health issues that I already had prior to that it was affecting. So, well, it really wasn't affecting. Let me take that back. It wasn't affecting that. But my other doctor told me that they didn't know if the HRT would or could affect my other issue. And to be on the safe side, she'd rather me go on a lower dosage of the HRT. So I had to go back to my other doctor, my gynecologist, because that's where I get my HRT. That's where I deal with all my perimenopause and menopausal stuff or whatever, or menopause or whatever. I deal with my gynecologist through all that. So I had to go back to her, and I had to let her know that my other doctor told me, just to be on the safe side because of this health issue that I have, can you lower my dosage? And so they ended up putting me on a lower dosage. Well, when I got on the lower dosage, here comes my hot flashes coming back. The night sweats didn't come back they did a little, but not like they were. Because, honey, I was having night sweats so bad. The sheets, pillowcase, all that stuff was, that's a story for another day. But the HRT really helped me in that department, because I was having to, like how y'all say you get real hot, you flip the cover back, you stick that one leg out until you cool off, then you put it back on. Yeah, I was doing all that stuff or whatever. But anyway, they lowered my dosage, and my night sweats not really, just a little bit, but my hot flashes came back and my sleepless nights came back. Now, my hot flashes came back. They weren't that bad, meaning that I wasn't having them as frequently as I was having them before I got on. But the whole me waking up and stuff like that went right back to what it was before I got on the HRT. So I was like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? So I, in the past, prior to me even going to the doctors and finding out all of that, I had tried to get on melatonin. Melatonin give me headaches, so I could not take melatonin. Okay. Then I had gotten on ashwagandha. Ashwagandha worked, but eventually it stopped working. So I was like, ain't no need of me taking this because it ain't working no more. Okay. Then I started taking Unisum, I believe. Yeah, I think it's called Unisum, sleep aid medicine. Same thing with that. It started working, then I fell off. I mean, it stopped working rather. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this and don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. I wasn't taking it every night, okay? But I was taking it when I feel like I wanted to take it. And that's Tylenol PM, okay? Because the Tylenol PM worked. And that's the only thing that if I go to sleep, I'm going to stay asleep. I ain't going to wake up in the middle of the night. That right there helped. But me being aware that it is a medication like that, it's a medication for headaches and pains, all that other kind of stuff. I know that was not the healthiest thing to do. So I will only take it here and there, and I wouldn't take it every night. And I'm like, I know I can't take this every night. So that's not even an option for me. Okay. So, yeah, that's where we were. We were back to square one with the sleep. Okay. Again, it pay attention, ladies. Pay attention to your mood, pay attention to your energy, pay attention to your body, pay attention to all of that, because not getting enough sleep actually affects that. So what I started doing was doing a lot of research on what I can utilize, what can help me, you know what I'm saying, in this sleep department, because honey, being awake at 3:00 and being awake, fully awake for the rest of the night, that ain't it. That was not it, right? So I started doing a lot of research. And I also have a sleep doctor too, because I ended up eventually going to a sleep doctor, and they told me that I had a mild case of insomnia. And so they told me since it was mild, I could get on the CPAP machine if I wanted to. She suggested it. She said I didn't have to, but if I wanted to, I could. Because I did a sleep study. And then she told me that if I wanted to, I could, or the other option was to lose weight, which when she told me that, I was already in the process of trying to lose weight. Nothing wasn't budging. That's actually what led me to the GLP-1, to be honest with you, because I was already trying and nothing was working. And so she told me, in order for it not to get worse and me not to gain weight or whatever, and for me to lose weight, I needed, for the sleep apnea not to get worse, I needed to lose weight and not gain weight. I ended up getting on the GLP-1. And so, what ended up happening with that was, of course I'm on the GLP-1. I'm about to lose my train of thought. So Lord, brain fog, y'all bear with me. Okay. So they didn't give me anything to help me, as far as sleep aid medicines or anything like that. They didn't prescribe me anything. They just told me to lose weight and see what happens. Okay. In the process, getting on the GLP-1 and everything, I'm still in the area of trying to sleep all night. Okay. With all of that stuff. So I ended up doing a lot of research. And one of the things that a YouTuber, as well as my best friend, ended up telling me, and these are about things I'm about to reveal to you. Okay. So y'all ready for the things that I done discovered that work. But before I get to that, let me tell you about the routine first, the routine part. I did a lot of research, and in the research, which I had already knew about the phone screens, I knew that from years back when I first started dealing with this, that an hour or so before bed, no screen time, no TV time. I already knew all of that. Okay. I had discovered that many moons ago, and I knew that was one of the things that I need to add to my routine. Okay. But as of recently, well, not recently, but dealing with that, I end up discovering that bright lights, like recessed lighting in your house, plays a major part of affecting your circadian rhythm, right? So they're saying like at nighttime, cut all them bright lights off, okay? Like if you got bright lights in your home, LED lights, recessed lighting, all that stuff, cut them lights off, y'all. Cut them off, because that I'm telling you, it affects your circadian rhythm. So what I start doing was putting in the practice of, when it get dark, ain't no bright lights coming on in this house, unless I just really need to see something, of course. But ain't no bright lights coming on in this house. Everything is low lighting. When I say everything is low lighting. If anybody got to go in the kitchen, I'm telling them to use the bar lights. Don't use that bright light. And even my bar lights is a little too bright for me. As a matter of fact, I'm looking for some new bar lights, okay? But I'm in the process of looking for some new bar lights that'll give me a little bit of lower light, because the bar lights that I got are see-through, but I want some with the cover on them so you can't see through. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So yeah, turn the bright lights off. Okay, so that's the first thing in the routine. Okay, the no screen time, no TV time, turning your bright lights off. Okay, listen clearly now. The next thing for me is that now this didn't come through the research. This came through my personal experience. I know reading for me helps. If I read before bed, if I journal before bed, if I color before bed, yes, I like to color. And if I listen to this thing called, and I find it on YouTube, where you can listen to put like a sleep mode thing, and it has scriptures and it has music in the background, and it also had the ocean sounds in the background and all of that stuff. If I listen to that trying to get to sleep, those things right there actually helps me to fall asleep. When I journal, I'm getting everything out of my mind onto paper. When I'm reading something, it helps to stop my mind from racing. Again, when I'm coloring, that helps to calm and relax me and keep me from my mind from racing and stuff like that. All those help as far as a routine goes to keep me from, to help me to fall asleep and my mind is not constantly running like that. Okay. That's the routine. Okay, that I do. So I have a nightly routine, body care routine, but I also have a nightly sleep routine. Now, where I fall short is that I'm not consistent, because on the weekends it's a different story. Not every weekend, some. I like to look at TV. Look at movies on Friday night. Friday nights and Saturday nights are my movie nights. Sometime, depends on how I'm feeling or whatever. Me and my husband, we do like to watch movies and stuff. So I may not do the no screen time before bed on Fridays and Saturday nights. Okay. Or either sometime I might scroll on my phone before going to bed Friday, Saturday night. So I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to get to where I include Friday and Saturday nights in there or whatever, because those are going to be the nights that I may fall off of this routine. So what else do I do? I told y'all that they told me I had a mild case of insomnia, right? So in the process of that, I discovered this. What is this? This is called mouth tape, okay? And if you are a snorer or somebody just sleep with their mouth open, be drooling all the time, I don't deal with the drooling or anything like that. That's never been an issue for me, drooling in my sleep, never been an issue. But snoring, it's a different story. This right here is actually the lavender scented one, because they have one that's not scented, but this is a lavender scent. You know, lavender is supposed to relax you, right? So I find that this mouth tape helps. It helps because what it does is encourages nasal breathing through sleep. And nasal breathing while you're sleeping is another factor that helps you to sleep better. When you are not breathing out your mouth and you are breathing in and out through your nose, okay? It helps. I'm telling you, do the research. Do your own research. Don't follow me. Do your own research. But it helps. It encourages a better night's sleep when you sleep with your mouth closed. And sometimes, regardless if you snore or not, your mouth may fall open. You might not even be snoring, but your mouth fall open when you sleep sometimes. It's just the reality of it. But this right here, honey, your mouth ain't gonna fall open. Now it has a little slit through on the back. If you see, that's what it looks like. It has a slit through in the middle. So just in case you feel like you need to breathe, like you feel like you can't breathe through your nostrils, you can breathe through the little slit in the center, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you might get a little stopped up or whatever, and you can't breathe out your nostrils normally like you normally do, but it's ventilated, you know what I'm saying, to give you the option or whatever. But when I tell you this is a game changer, this is a game changer. Okay, it helps. I promise you it helps. So that's one thing. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Boom. Okay, the sleep mask. This sleep mask. Now, I started sleeping with a sleep mask some years ago, but I was not consistent with it. I've always known that I like it and it helped, but I was never consistent. And then I lose them. How you lose a sleep mask at home? I don't know. You put it somewhere and then you can't find it. I don't know. But that was also too because I wasn't consistent. But now that I'm consistent, baby, this stay under my pillow. Okay. Even after I make my bed, it stay under my pillow because I use it every night. Okay. This thing right here helps. I don't have blackout curtains. So this helps for me. Okay. Gotta have that sleep mask. So you got your sleep mask. You got your mouth tape, honey. And lastly, which my bestie and a YouTuber told me about, this magnesium glycinate gummies. Okay. This magnesium glycinate gummies, it is 200 milligrams. This one is non-GMO, gluten-free, and vegan. I got this from Kroger. They are gummies. I don't like taking pills, so anything gummy form, I'm gonna try to get. Okay. And it is, you take 2 tablets daily. It says preferably with food, but because I'm taking it at night, I'm not taking it with food. And I haven't had any issues with it hurting my stomach or anything, but it says preferably with food. So I don't know. But this right here too has helped. So basically, these 3 things plus my routine, I'm going to sleep all night. I'm going to sleep all night with that. I sure am. I sure am. Now, I still may have some nights where I wake up to pee, but the good thing is if I wake up to pee, I'm not just wide awake. I wake up to pee, baby, I'm going back to sleep. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So these things have been a game changer for me. And to me, it don't get no better than getting your sleep back, sis. So I'm telling you, it is hope out there. It is help out there. Okay. Go get you some help. Right. Be inspired by this hope and go get you some help. Okay. All right. So, you know, what may work for one person may not work for everybody. I ain't no doctor. I'm just sharing my personal experience, but I'm telling y'all, these things have been a game changer for me. And I just got to be more consistent, especially on the weekends. I do got to do better on the weekends because I find myself sometime on the weekends because, you know, it's relaxed time. I know that, you know, me and hubby time and all that stuff or whatever, that it may not, I will wake up. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna wake up on Saturday morning at 3:00. You know, not every Saturday, but sometime. Okay. But if I begin to be consistent with adding this to my weekend regimen, then I'm gonna be in the game completely, y'all. But yeah, so that's what it is. My nightly unwind routine, about an hour or 2 before bed. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I have my body care that I do before bed, you know, your shower, take care of all of your hygiene and stuff before bed. And then I add the sleep routine. So those are the 2 things that I do every night before going to bed. But yeah, if you deal with this sleep struggle, I would love to hear from you. Let me know, is it that, do you have problems falling asleep or do you have problems staying asleep? And if you have come upon something that is helping you that I have not mentioned in this video, comment below and let me know. You know what I'm saying? It might be something that I can add to my routine that might still help along the way that I don't mind doing. Or it might help somebody else in the comment section that may not want to go get no mouth tape. Girl, I don't want nothing on my mouth. I don't want nothing on my mouth. Like, You never know. I don't know, but I don't mind. He helped me, honey. I love it. I love it. And I've been buying these now for mm, almost a year now. Yeah, I've been wearing this almost a year or whatever. Now I only been on these for a few months and everything, but the night routine is something that's recent that I've just added. Okay. So that's been something that I just added too. That's a contributing factor. Okay. But yeah, I would love to hear from you. So comment in the comment section below. I've held y'all long enough. I'm about to get off here and everything. And if you think you like this type of content, we're here on this channel, Simply Life Habits. We talk about perimenopause and menopause, menopausal journeys, as well as weight loss and everything that we go through in midlife as women. That's what we talk about here. And yeah, hit that subscribe button if you think you would like that as well. And I think that's all I have. And until the next video, you guys be blessed. Bye.